I'm just gathering in front of Axiom building an ongoing protest, okay? What do you mean the station's closed off? They announced they were closing the business pavilion, the metro station, because of the protest going on over there. Okay. I'm already late as it is. I can't use my hover car to get there because the roads are blocked. Now I can't even take the metro. Is there another way to get to the Axiom building? Well, there is one way. What is it? Spit it out. You can take the underground tunnel that connects from the station you're in now to the business station. Is that an option? But isn't that where... Doesn't matter. Is the Earth's representative already there? Yes, he's waiting in the lobby. Tell him I'll be there soon. Yes, sir. And be careful. Okay. Today of all day, the station needed to be closed. Like the art style atmosphere so far. It's different. That's very pretty. Wait, what? Let's do next. Okay. Well, here I am. Just need to go through the tunnel and get to the building. Wasting no time, Francis quickly approaches the tunnel and stops at the top of the stairs. His footsteps echo throughout the empty station. Feeling of uneasiness washes over him to be the only one in there. Need to be careful. Taking a deep breath, he readies himself to make the first step, knowing next to nothing what awaits him. Excuse me, sir? Quickly turning around, Francis is met with a lunar officer, probably stationed here to patrol the tunnels. Huh. Interesting. Straightening his blazer, the old man clears his voice before addressing the officer. Yes, there's something wrong, officer? Authorized personnel are not allowed here. Move back to the public station, please. The officer won't budge, it seems. Francis will need to find a way to convince him to let him through. But how? Representative badge. With his wrinkled finger, he taps on the metal of the badge on his blazer, like a moonflower reflecting against the light of the open roof. See this? It's the official badge for retired representative of the moon, and I'm meeting with the representative of the Earth. This meeting is very important, and as representative of Lunar Point, I wish to use this tunnel. With a sigh, Francis opens his ID card on his wristband. I have no time for this. My name is Francis Gray, the CEO of Axiom and holder of the title as representative of the moon. Pretty legit. I have an urgent meeting to attend and wish to use the tunnel to reach my building. Officer scans the ID and Francis' face for authentication. Once they're done, their stop take posture starts to crumble as they realize they're talking to the real deal. Excuse me, Mr. Gray. Officer scurries away to talk to someone on their headpiece. Once they come back, their authoritative demeanor has fully cracked. quoting their words that they addressed to Francis once more. I'm very sorry for how I acted towards you, sir. I spoke to my supervisor and granted you permission to go down to the tunnels. But to ensure your safety, I will escort you down there myself at once. To reach the business station, a patrol group will escort you to your building, sir. Francis speaks to himself in a low voice. Great. That's one good way to catch the attention of a huge group of protesters. Surrounded by white-clad officers as bodyguards. But again, being protected is better than fending for myself out there. Thank you, officer. Your offer is very much appreciated. Taking the lead, the officer approaches the tunnel entrance and takes their baton out. They turn back to Francis with their red eyes staring at him. Get close to me, sir. And with that, the two descend stairs into the purple haze of the tunnels. Okay. Alright. Good lord. This bad? Follow me, sir. Officer starts to make their way down the tunnel, approaching the huge crowd. Crowd takes them to the two and quickly makes a way to open the path deeper into the tunnel. Francis follows, feeling the eyes of the crowd bore into him. The old man's grip is fiercely tight. His bony hands grasp around Francis' arms. The kempt man struggles to free himself from the claws of the dirty man. Officer zaps their baton at a hair's length from the old man's face, causing him to let out a pathetic scream and fall back away from the electric prongs. Francis, now free, sits back and rubs where the old man was holding him. Are you okay, sir? Yes. I'm fine. Stay close. Officer turns back to continue walking down the tunnel. Still rubbing his arm, Francis looks towards where the old man fled to. Francis watches as the old man slowly crawls over to a tight alleyway. Crawling over a pile of plastic garbage bags and huddling to a corner, lowering his headset and turning it on. The light at the side of the headset blinks on. The old man's shoulders sag as he relaxes into his wonderland. Okay. My own product. He glances at the old man one more time before turning around, following the officer back down the tunnel. The rest of the trek was eventless. The officer and Francis never exchanging any words as they walked through the path created by the petrified crowd. Francis doesn't even look at them, but he knows they're all looking at him. Eventually, they finally make it to the entrance of the business station. The officer walks up the stairs, disappearing to Lunar Point's surface. Francis then starts to ascend, but stops when he feels a heavy presence behind him. Keep moving. Yep. Quickly walks up the stairs, not wanting to waste more time after what happened down there. As he ascends, he can hear people slowly start to go back into their cramped tunnels. They push and shove each other to get anywhere. A few cans and bottles hit under Francis' feet, as a few continue to glare at the top of the stairs with resentment before returning into the mass. Okay. Once the officer and Francis finally emerge, the similarity, well, not similarity, but similar, the empty business station, they're met with about 3 officers. These officers will accompany you to your building. Thank you, officer. He offers the officer a handshake, but they decline by not raising their hands. Francis lowers his awkwardly. Good luck with your meeting, Mr. Gray. Thank you. The officer puts their baton back into their hip strap, turns around and sends it back into the tunnel. Francis watches until they're out of sight before turning towards the other officers and following them out of the station to the lion's den. Oh, that's why instant. Many people here. No wonder they closed the road at the station. There's probably hundreds out there. The building's entrance, a barrier set up that separates the lunar officers standing in front of the doors from the screaming protesters as they throw trash at it. Francis looked over at the crowd beside him as he walks. People probably come from low-paying jobs at one of the biggest space engineering and colonizing industries, and they're all here to protest. Hey, it's Francis Gray. Great. The crowd turns to where the old man and his escorts are, starts to hurl insults and garbage at them. The officers stand in front of Francis to protect them from the many cans and scraps being thrown at them. So do you want us to push back to the rioters? Or push back the rioters? No reason to, I just want to get inside as fast as possible. Eat this pig. Or eat this pig. How about that? Okay. Just like that, someone threw something flammable and hit one of the officers. It covers them head to toe in a blaze. Flames licking upon the surface of their white armor. Mr. Gray, this way. Officer grabs Francis' arm and starts dragging him towards the front doors. He drags his feet along the ground from the relentless tugging from the officer. Prayers spread, the protesters start to flee as the two other officers with their batons outrush towards them. Fire builds up and smoke starts to rise to the ceiling dome of Lunar Point. Officer hit with the Molotov, seemingly unfazed by the fire as it peels off its brilliant armor. In the corner of Gray's eyes, he can see an officer already beating down on supposedly the culprit who threw the firebomb. Even if it isn't him, it's too late now for him to run. Before he's taken into the building, he looks back one last time at the scene in the plaza. Fortunate. Chaos. Is this what the perfect city has become? I guess so, unfortunately. Okay, part one of the meeting. So thanks to KoptenOwl or KoptenOwl as the editor and proofreader. See, I didn't butcher that. Watson for Renpay auto highlight code. Steele for programming help, and thank you to Ladu. I don't butcher any more names, but helping out with art, writing, and other critiques. Give her anyone else who shows support towards the project of mine, and music belongs to. Okay. That was awesome. I enjoyed that thoroughly. So that is it for the meetings. And that was part one. Hopefully you enjoyed this game and this video. Of course, if you did, everything for this game will be in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And with that being said, check the about real quick. This stuff's right there. Use the preferences. And yeah. Hopefully you had a good day, but just a day better tomorrow, and I will catch y'all in the next video.